Hello, good evening, and welcome to Guangzhou. It's the FIBA Basketball World Cup here in China, and we've got the Game Day 2 Group C matchup between Puerto Rico and Spain. Spain looking to guarantee themselves a spot in the next round with victory here today. They will definitely go through. Puerto Rico, if they win, will in all likelihood go through, but it won't be mathematically sure until Game Day 3. Spain very much favourites for this one. Daniel Routledge and Coach Joe Rasso with you. Spain favourites, but Puerto Rico showed their heart 2 days ago to come from behind to win a game. You wouldn't count them out. Yeah,
Puerto Rico showed their heart, and Puerto Rico's a team that plays with lots of swag. They do a great job of playing together right now with a great mixture of both youth and experience. But it's a confident Puerto Rico team. They've got nothing to lose. They're just going to put it all out on the line, and I believe that they're going to go give everything they've got.
Well, Spain very much the crowd favourites in this group. The local Guangzhou natives have certainly taken to Spain, but they also took the Puerto Ricans to heart late in that game 2 days ago, when they were coming from behind. But Coach Garriolo knows that actually his team is just expected to get through this and go deep into this tournament. That does bring its own little pressure, but this squad is more than used to dealing with that.
But what Coach Garriolo is going to do is make sure that there's a respect factor. And that's what this squad needs. They'll respect Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico's won their game. They know they can win their pool today, Spain. So they're going to come out and they're going to be, I think, a lot more effective than they were early in yesterday's game. You're going to get 40 minutes of Spain today.
Well, as Puerto Rico come out, what a dramatic victory they had in that first game against Iran. Iran, who are now all but out of qualification possibility. Iran still could mathematically qualify if Puerto Rico and Tunisia were both to if Puerto Rico were to beat Spain. Here is the matchups of the day. You can see Tunisia have already beaten Iran, which gives them a real shot at it in 2 days' time. And Iran all but mathematically out as we speak. And this is how the group standings are at the moment. You can see Tunisia having won that game, currently top the group. Spain will go top if they win, as will Puerto Rico go top if they win, but only Spain will guarantee themselves through. And now we will rise in the Guangzhou Gymnasium for the two national anthems of our two sides, starting with the national anthem of Spain. And now we'll have the national anthem of Puerto Rico. Well, there's a number of Puerto Ricans in the building waving their flags. It looks like a few more than the other day as well have managed to make it in here to the Guangzhou gymnasium, and we certainly heard those who were here 2 days ago. I'm sure we will hear those again loud and proud. Even if the locals do favor Spain, I'm sure we'll still hear the Puerto Rican fans over the top. And of course, our officials for tonight's game, from Canada, Michael Whelan; from Greece, Georgios Poutsanidis; and from Australia, James Boyan. The commissioner, as ever, is Andreas Papadopoulos from Greece. Those are the people in charge. And well, the fans on the far side have got very excited over at the VIP. I can't see who's just walked in, but I'm guessing it's somebody important in these parts. I'm sure we'll find out at some point. But going back to the game, Spain, this is about how they come out and approach this game, isn't it? We saw in the second half of the game 2 days ago how well they shot the three-point shot. Here is the starting lineup for them. If they shoot the three ball that well, they're going to be tough to stop. Yeah,
this starting lineup has nothing but experience on there. And Victor Kleber did a great job yesterday, had a great game. But here was the key yesterday. The MVP of yesterday's game, Ricky Rubio, 9 assists, knocking down 3 threes, 17 points. Just had a great game on the floor and really was the person that got it going in the second half for Spain.
Yeah, he pulled the strings, didn't he? Scored and assists. He almost had a double-double in assists. He ended up with 9, and he certainly had a big performance for his team. But speaking of big performances, at the other end of the floor, we saw some really impressive play from Puerto Rico. This is their starting lineup, none more so than David Huertas, who had 33 points in 5 games in his last World Cup appearance. He had 32 in his first game this time around.
And 14 points in the fourth quarter when they were down 14. He had an outstanding game, hit 2 big clutch three-point shots going down the stretch there, and really picked up the momentum for them. And everybody, he just carried this team in that fourth quarter yesterday, and he's a scorer. And just, like you said, he outscored, almost matches scoring in one game that he did in 5. He has grown to be the leader of this team.
Well, it feels like a little bit of a free hit. They would have felt the pressure on day one, and we kind of saw some of that pressure against Iran in the first half, Puerto Rico, and it was only released when they had nothing to lose. Here they come into this game with nothing to lose, and they can have a real swing at it.
And they've got some players that are going to play better today. They've got a few players. Jean Clavel is an outstanding scorer and a very good offensive player and a very big part of this team. And he's going to be better today. And I think this Puerto Rican team's growing. Eddie Cassiano said it's a mixed group, but he likes this group. He likes their heart. And that's what they'll play with today. They'll give it to you all game long.
Well, the final words have been said by the coaches, and the teams head out towards the court. Well, we've worked out what the commotion was on the first side. Dirk Nowitzki's in the building. And, well, the Chinese fans right opposite us were very excited to see him. Of course, he's the FIBA Basketball World Cup Global Ambassador. I'm sure he'll be getting around all the venues over the course of the next couple of weeks. Germany, of course, in action last night, so he hasn't got anything else to do. He's going to come here and watch Spain against Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it's great to have an ambassador like Dirk, who's appreciated not just here, all over the world. His NBA career is outstanding. His support of the German Basketball Federation is outstanding. He's a true ambassador to the game.
Here we go then, ready for the opening tip. Game day 2, second game. Spain can qualify. Puerto Rico will get very close to qualifying if they pull off the upset. And it's Rubio who crosses half court, and Spain in their traditional red will get the first offense. Gasol putting a little Nowitzki on. I don't know if he saw him walk in the building. Here's Rubio, big lane in front of him. He doesn't need to take it to the basket because he's automatic in the mid-range.
Yeah, good start for Spain, and the best part of that start was the second chance. This is a very big lineup out there for Spain up front, and this is where Puerto Rico is going to have to work real hard at keeping them off the glass.
Here's Franklin. Diaz setting the screen, getting it to Huertas. Penetrates in, lobs one up nicely. First points of the game for him.
Yeah, nice action on there. Caused the switch and attacked the basket immediately.
Gasol. Rubio, back to Gasol. Hernan Gomez down to Gasol. Again, going to work against Diaz, sending him one way and then the other. And this time the ball drops in for two.
Good shot, but good defense by Puerto Rico. Diaz to try to play Gasol straight up is going to be a tough matchup.
Brown. To Huertas, his first three-point attempt of the game is good.
He's just carrying it from yesterday. Real good screen, nice pin down. That's the same action they used yesterday for two other big threes by Huertas.
Oh, stolen away, not quite by Brown. Rubio, again mid-range. This time it draws iron.
Gary Brown's an important part of this defense today for Puerto Rico. He did a great job yesterday of putting pressure on the basketball.
Here he is getting through the lane, getting it to Diaz. Nice dish. Diaz can't finish it off though. But Puerto Rico will get the ball back from the end line.
Nice job by Gary Brown to probe the middle there. And Diaz is not going to get an easier shot than that all day.
Nice from Boltman, going straight to the hole quickly.
Yeah, good baseline out of bounds attack. One pass.
Rubio kicks out. Claver turns down the three. Gasol over to Rubio. Little hand checking foul on Franklin.
It looks like Puerto Rico is going to switch on a lot of players because they've got guys on the court like Balkman who can guard a number of players.
Fernandez inbounds. Claver in the corner. Rubio for three. All string Ricky Rubio.
Nice bounce, open shot. He hasn't thought about it. He just shoots it. Ricky Rubio's been like that for two games in a row now for Spain.
5 quick points for him. There's a replay of the foul on Claver. Brown comes in, takes it from Boltman. Diaz with the screen, Brown to the elbow, Rubio with the rebound.
And that's an important shot for Gary Brown. Because they're giving him some room on that, he's got to take that shot.
And just not quite there is Franklin. He's called for the blocking foul. He was also very close to the no charge circle as well. So even if he had got there, I'm not sure if his feet were outside. They might have been, but he's coming sideways, still moving. He is outside the circle, to be fair.
And it's a good foul because he saved 2 points.
Yeah. Although the bench didn't agree with it, they were all up. Claver in the corner, can't knock down the three. Huertas with the rebound. Brown. Huertas thought about the three, wasn't quite in the right position. Franklin, he wants a screen. Diaz comes a bit late for it. Rubio with the rebound.
I think Puerto Rico like to get the ball off of one side of the court, move it a little better, have a better chance at the attack.
Oh, Diaz Diaz with the chase down. That's an unsportsmanlike on Hernan Gomez.
Big play by Diaz to come back and chase that down.
It looked like Rubio had danced his way to the basket, as he did a moment ago, but Diaz is able to get the long arms there.
And there's not many better in the world at reverse layups than Ricky Rubio with both hands.
Well, Coach Scariolo and his players are debating that decision by the official to give that as an unsportsmanlike.
And the fact that it happened 4 feet in front of him.
And he makes both of them. Puerto Rico with a 2-point advantage. Possession of the ball. 3 minutes, 40 seconds into the game.
Puerto Rico likes to run sideline out of bounds where they get it back to the inbounder.
Brown had to bail out of that shot because of the defense. Bortman trying to find some room, got to shoot. Diaz gets it off just in time and hits the three. Puerto Rico by 5.
You want to see big men hit big shots in Group C, this is the place to be.
Alley-oop, Hernan Gomez jams it down.
Can't lose sight of your man. You got to see both all the time. And what happened there, Ronaldo Blockman just got caught looking at the basketball.
Brown penetrating, getting all the way to the hole. Good finish. Rubio, Gasol on the trail. Let's fly off the back of the iron. Franklin taking the elevator there. Going all the way to the top floor for that rebound, but he's got called for the foul.
I think he may have just used his hand to push off a little bit.
Yeah, just there.
Give you a little bit more elevation that way.
Yeah, it helps. Here's the alley-oop. Great eyes there from Fernandez. Of course, he's made a career of those baseline catching the alley-oops.
I'm sure he's still got it in him.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm amazed we got this far and not seen one yet. Rubio, just deflected by Bortman, but Spain still have it. Gasol going to work. Diaz got a little piece of that, didn't hit the ring. So even though it's a Spain ball, they only have 0.8 of a second to get a shot off.
Puerto Rico showing on these ball screens to extend Ricky Rubio's dribble and using Diaz's height and length to make the next pass difficult.
Get it into Fernandez, who managed to get a shot off. Unconventional fashion. Huertas kicking it forward. And just under some pressure from Claver, Franklin unable to lay that one off the glass. And then Gomez now from 3-point range. And Claver just plucks that one. Sorry, Hernan Gomez plucks that one out of the air. Rudy in the corner wide open.
You don't want to make mistakes against this Spain team because they can score in bunches right there. You know, Puerto Rico was fortunate they missed a few shots.
Huertas on the call for 3. Yeah. Rubio with the rebound.
Nice set by Puerto Rico there, trying to bring Huertas off an elevator screen on the wing there. And he curled it. Nice shot.
Gasol got caught on the way up by Diaz. I think that foul was more speed of thought by Gasol. He saw the arm there, and he knew if I would go up for a shot here, I'm going to draw one. Throw it hard off the glass, it might go in.
Yeah, that said nothing but experience on that play.
Juancho Hernan Gomez sits down. Rabaseda into the game, first time.
With Rabaseda, they lose a little bit of height there, but a very good shooter to come off the bench, space out this Puerto Rican team on defense a little bit.
Gasol from the free throw line makes it a 3-point game. Diaz open from behind the arc. They're going to give him that one. Gasol with the rebound. It's interesting that he'd already made one. They're still prepared to let him. Oh, what a pass that is from Rubio. Beautiful from Spain, and Clavel lays it in.
Boy, a work of art by Spain there. The ball keeps moving, and if the ball keeps moving, you as a defender has to move. And if you have to move, then those closeouts become more difficult. Great pass, great cut.
Sergio Yui into the game for the first time for Spain. Pinheiro checks in alongside Clavel for Puerto Rico, and having made that 3-point play, Clavel will get himself a little breather, and Oriola will come in for him. Tied at 14. Nice pass into Bortman, but he's closed down quickly. That did hit the ring, so there's a new 14 here. Collier, a little step back jump shot for 2.
Nice isolation by Collier there. Gary Brown did a nice job of orchestrating this offense.
Oof, big screen from Oriola. Brown certainly felt that. Rabaseda, the pass was a little high. Gasol looks at the shot clock, realizes it's ticking down, so has to go to work. Good offensive rebound, not a great outlet pass there from Rabaseda, but it's still a Spain ball.
Great defense by Devin Collier on there, on Marc Gasol. Giving up a little bit of size, but he just stayed there with the strength and forced him to take a little bit of a longer shot than he wanted.
Rubio driving through, will that count? Yes, says the referee. Basket is good, and bonus to come.
So the Spain players now, you got Oriola who's a shooter, Rabaseda who's a shooter, Sergio Yui on the court for the first time in this tournament with Ricky Rubio. Have spaced the floor out, and Ricky just made a direct drive to the basket, getting the foul and one.
Marc Gasol sitting down. William Erman Gomez coming in. And Rubio is up to 8 now. He's going to get his first rest of the game. Paribas in. Clavel. Rodriguez. In the corners, Bortman fakes the 3, drives in, he just lost the ball. He got a little excited there, forgot the ball.
I got excited, that was a great ball fake. I was anticipating something special at the end of that.
He was thinking about the highlight reel and forgot the ball. Oriola open for 3 from rims. Tipped down by Hernan Gomez, it'll be a Puerto Rican ball.
When you've got lots of size.
Here it is, look. They just bounce it off his leg.
But when you have lots of size like Spain does, sometimes the offensive rebound isn't a grab, but it's a tip off to somebody else for it.
Collier. Rodriguez. Under 5 now. Tough shot. Tipped away, but this time it comes all the way back out to Clavel, who lets fly from 3-point range. And Oriola is first to it.
Great series by Spain defensively, not allowing Puerto Rico to get to the paint.
Here he calls the play. And then Gomez setting the screen. Round to Rabaseda. A lot of space for him. And another chance for the Spanish. Huey all the way to the basket. Looks to the official. No whistle coming. Here come Puerto Rico. Pinero taking it hard. And there's going to be a foul.
Isaiah Pinero's a young man, just out of college, who does a great job of attacking that basket.
I think it's just that the last second Rabaseda just gives one of those arms down. And that's where the call is. Both benches up on that one.
But good transition there. As soon as Puerto Rico gets it, they're going. It's amazing how quick you can get transition running off the dribble if you attack. The old days of looking for the outlet to run your break. Now you got everybody taking the ball with the first dribble, busting down the court.
Trying to find Rabaseda in the corner. Collier is there to knock it out of bounds. Almost came up with a good steal. Well, timeout is called. Minute and some change to go here in Guangzhou in the first quarter. And it's Puerto Rico who lead by 18 points to 17. It's a Spanish timeout.
You sense Puerto Rico's playing very freely. A guy like Devin Collier does all the little things, sets great screens. In that case, they're just about had a great defensive stop and steal.
Well, he won't be too concerned with how his team have started here. We talked about their three-point shooting, and certainly Coach Palmer was massively impressed with Spanish three-point shooting 2 days ago. They've come out 1 of 7 here in this first quarter, so not quite had the touch. There he is, Dirk Nowitzki in the house, the FIBA Basketball World Cup global ambassador for 2019 World Cup. He certainly caused a stir. The fans all spinning around with their mobile phones, as is the way today. Got to get a picture. And he will have enjoyed, like the rest of us, the opening 9 minutes.
You know, you said Spain's 1 for 7 from the three. Coach Casciano's probably telling his guys, we got to contest all the threes. We got to close out. We got to do a great job of it. And building up his defense.
Huey fires up for 3. 1 of 8 now. Spain. Rodriguez in transition. Rodriguez is blocked and fouled.
Good run out. Good run out by Puerto Rico, and a great screen inside by Collier to give Angel Rodriguez the lane to the basket.
Still needed some body swerve on that.
I think it's very important for Puerto Rico that Angel Rodriguez gives him good quality minutes today. He's got the ability to do that, and him and Gary Brown could lead their defense by the ability to put pressure on the basketball. Two-three zone by Puerto Rico here, switching it up.
Well, it's taken Spain a little time to start the attack, and in the end, he goes all on his own, and it rims out. Rodriguez did well to pull that in. He's got a definite size mismatch. Can he use his speed? Yes, he can, but he can't finish. Offensive rebound from Collier. Clemente is wide open. Clemente for three, misses everything. But Rodriguez is there to rebound. Now, Clemente was a little bit of a doubt after that twisted ankle the other day, whether that is still in his mind.
Yeah, he'll take the next one. He looked over, Eddie Castellano just said to him, take the next one, make sure you're doing that. And he will. But that's nice attack by Puerto Rico. They're putting the pressure on Spain and not letting Spain set up on defense. Now with 11 seconds, they put the message in Spain's head already. Are we going to be in a man or are we going to be in a zone?
Rodriguez stretches the lead to 4. 10 seconds for Spain to get one last score if they can. Ribas. Yui drives in, up in the air, throws it out. Has to go up here, not enough time. And they're jumping up and down behind the Puerto Rican bench, where the bulk of their supporters have managed to get the seats. And they have been delighted with the opening 10 minutes, and why not? At the end of the first here in Guangzhou, it's Puerto Rico 21, Spain 17. Well, as we take a look at the numbers, the one that leaps off the page is Spain 1 of 8, having made 17 at over 50% 2 days ago.
And that has to be, a part of that has to be Puerto Rico's defense. At the end there, switching up defense helped. But the other part of it is Puerto Rico's got this sense of fearlessness. And that's really important because that's confidence. That's showing Spain, we're not scared. We're not backing down. You've got the reputation, but we're a new young team that we're ready to challenge you. Now, can they do it for another 3 quarters?
Well, this is the question, isn't it? Because Tunisia did a decent job for 20 minutes against Spain, but the first 5 minutes of the second half, the game got blown away from them. So it's one thing to do it over a short period of time, and particularly at the beginning of the game when the adrenaline's flowing and everything's pumping. But how long can they sustain it for? And the other thing you know about Spain is they don't go up and down. They don't get too high or too low. They just motor along nicely. And
they can do that because their depth is so good, and different guys can come off their bench and get hot. But the one thing, the difference between Puerto Rico and Tunisia is Puerto Rico's a little bit more athletic, and their guards are a little quicker, and their guys on defense can guard multiple positions.
Don't forget, if you want all the latest information, stats, live games, video, highlights, news, everything you could possibly want to keep up with the FIBA Basketball World Cup here in China 2019, download the official app. Underway here in quarter number 2. Puerto Rico with the 4-point lead and the ball. Nice from Rodriguez, but Hernan Gomez blocks his shot in the end.
The problem with Rodriguez getting too close to the rim is there's way too many shot blockers in there for Spain.
Oh, nice work from Ribas to steal that one back. Cross to Fernandez. Have another go at that one. Still can't get it to go, but Fernandez scoops it in. And then Gomez. Nice dish off. Oriola uses the basket well to lay that in.
Spain does a real good job of putting their low post underneath the basket, so if you have penetration from the free throw line, as where the defender goes, that post player is going to show himself.
Pinheiro trying to back down Fernandez. Spins past him. Just got a little too much on it. Good save from Willian and Gomez. Oh, that's a delightful pass. You can see his head's on a swivel the whole time. Sergio Llull, he's looking left, he's looking right, he's looking forward, he's looking back. He knows where everybody is, finds the pass.
Sergio's a great NBA player who hasn't played in the NBA. He is a world-class player. Shoot the ball, pass the ball, and a great defender.
Look, he's seeing where everything is. Where's the best pass? There it is.
Yeah, it's great when you can see the play develop one pass ahead. He just gave, all he needed was a little bit of time there.
Well, a minute into the second. We're tied at 21. Coach Castellano with the timeout.
Coach is talking about getting their confidence back. We've got to, like, Raymond Clemente is a veteran. He thought about the shot over here, had the little turnover here on defense, just lost his confidence and his concentration. And against Spain, you can't lose your concentration.
That would concern him, wouldn't it? 14 points in the paint, 2/3 of Spain scoring coming at the basket.
Yeah, absolutely. And he knew that coming in, that we are a little downsized compared to what Spain has. And it's the second chance opportunities. That one possession where they had the last possession, they had 3 opportunities on shots. And a great timeout. You can just sense the momentum change. Just use it now. Get a chance to call a good offensive play here.
Pinheiro. Penetrating in. Oh, he threw it away. No, Rodriguez is there, but he's got to go up. He fires from distance. Oh! Banged in from Angel Rodriguez.
Money in the bank. Sometimes I think the easiest 3 is one when the shot clock's running down to 0.
Oh! He tried to go through the legs there, Yui.
He was successful. I don't think Oriola thought that he could get there anyways.
Yeah, I think it was the receiver rather than the defender. Here's another look at that long 3. He's going to try again. This time it's all string.
And that's so important for Puerto Rico, that their point guards space out the floor a little bit.
Well, coming out of the timeout, 2 threes from Rodriguez. Puerto Rico back up 6. Puerto Rican fans on their feet screaming defense, and they get a stop. Pinheiro. Yeah, give it back to Rodriguez. They like to feed the hot hand. The fans are feeling it too. He's driving through, and he got pushed in the back, I think.
It's great when he gets middle, but if he goes to the rim, they're just waiting for him, and they can react to him going up. There he did a nice job, real cagey situation where he got Sergio behind him and looked to draw the contact.
Pinheiro, 17 feet. Batted out well by Collier. Rodriguez lets fly again. Not this time. Oh, this place would have erupted if he'd hit a 3rd one. 3rd one in a row. He's already got 3. Oh, nice pass. Oriola with the throw down.
Great pass, look away, paused everybody with it, and Oriola going to a spot where he would be open.
Colom call for the foul. Look at this. Again, it's just great vision from Yui.
It's always nice when you have 2 of the greatest point guards in the world.
Yeah. Collier. Pinheiro gets it back. Shot clock again. Rodriguez has to fire on the buzzer. And they call a violation there. Fernandez wanted to go run.
Pinheiro's got to be a little bit more assertive on the floor right now. He's had a couple opportunities and he's second-guessing himself. and coach will sit him down a little bit, but he'll just say, no, you're a young guy, we'll build you up. Those are shots you should be taking. We want you to take it.
Colomb into Fernandez. Collier chases down the loose ball. Clavel, good dump off. Clemente with the lay-in.
Great job, good dribble, handoff, good action. They ran that action full speed, which makes it difficult to defend. Nothing complicated, but they ran it hard.
Fernandez. Hand-checking foul on Rodriguez.
Puerto Rico getting great play from that point guard position on both ends. Nice pass.
They liked it. Claver back into the game for Oriola. Big screen from Gasol. Colomb moves it on one more to Fernandez. Stares it down for three.
I love his stance when he knows it's going in.
Yeah. Huertas, that will be a Spain ball. It was one of them where the referee was right on the spot. We're only 15 feet from it. It's hard to tell, but the referee was right there.
And Marc Gasol did a great job on that trap there of using his teammate, the sideline, to put Huertas in jail.
Oh, Gasol's being grabbed. That's an unsportsmanlike. Collier.
Marc Gasol positions his body 2 passes ahead of the play. He knows that the high-low's coming. He knows Collier's on one side of him. He's looking for the reverse, and he started his seal before the ball got reversed. Great veteran attack inside.
First one good. We're almost at the midpoint of quarter number 2 here in Guangzhou. And it's Puerto Rico who leads Spain, but only by 1. And it's the Spanish sideline. Fernandez.
Puerto Rico showed zone and then went man on the first pass.
Again, another offensive rebound for Spain. Claver getting to it. That's a tough pass from Colomb to Gasol. Claver trying to keep it alive, and that will be Spain's possession again.
Tough pass, but a confident pass. Confident that he knows that Marc Gasol can catch anything that you throw up to him. He's got great hands, particularly when he's moving. He's got great, great hands. Tough place to inbound the ball from.
Colomb. Oh, another good assist. Claver lays it in.
All of Spain's point guards can find the open man.
11 assists for Spain for their 30 points.
That's been their MO for 2 games. They moved the basketball, lots of assists on made field goals.
Well, bearing in mind they've made 11 field goals. Obviously you can get assists. They've had 3 trips to the line as well. So there's only been 3 scoring plays that they haven't had an assist on. Here's one that won't have an assist. It doesn't go in.
Yeah, the good transition attack. That's a shot that Sergio's real comfortable with.
Stolen away by Gasol.
Great defense on the cover down. Marc Gasol, Defensive Player of the Year, NBA Defense Player of the Year, comes back, covers down, gets in the lane.
Cologne, unassisted to the hole. And Coach Cassiano just wants to bring a pause to proceedings for a moment here. It's Puerto Rico 29, Spain 32, timeout, Puerto Rico.
Coach Cassiano's done a great job of using 2 timeouts now in this half, just to slow Spain down, regrouping his guys, never letting the game get away from him. He could feel the flow going the other way. Now he's got to fight for these last 3:41. He's got to try to say to his guys, listen, this is where we got to win these next 3 minutes and 41 seconds. He'll give them a small group, a small mission, and that's it right now. We're going to win. We got to win this half.
Well, coming out of his previous timeout, Rodriguez hit those 2 threes, of course. He'd be loving a bit of momentum like that. As we look back, some of the nice passes we've seen from Spain here in this first half. As you say, 11 assists off 15 scoring plays, if you like. 12 field goals and 6 free throws.
I love Spain after their timeouts. They make a couple substitutions, and they always seem to get just a little bit better. Now the combination of having Kino Cologne and Ricky Rubio on the floor together, 2 true point guards. So 2 point guards and 3 forwards with lots of size and length.
Brown, Diaz. Mojica, of course, hit the game winner. Oh, somehow that got to Borkman. It was a difficult feed, but it got there in the end.
Yeah, Javier Mojica back in the game. He came in yesterday, scored 8 points in the 4th quarter. Just a veteran presence.
Rubio along the baseline out to Juancho. Doesn't go.
It is so tough with Marc Gasol. If you don't put a body on him, his length, he's constantly moving, just gets his hands over it, where Diaz has to put a body on him and has to make sure that he keeps him away from anything.
Rubio driving all the way, picked up by Hernan Gomez for 2.
And there's that Spain length again. A few touches, and Hernan Gomez in the right spot.
Huertas gets it away to Diaz. Brown. Doesn't get the bounce. Good hands from Huertas to knock it loose, but it came off his teammate. Oh no, it didn't. I thought at first it came off Borkman's leg, but the referee on the far side, who admittedly would have a better angle, says otherwise.
What I like about what Huertas did on that play is he jumped his help and got in front of the cutter and had enough just to get a hand on it. Smaller man guarding a big man, but he fought for the position.
Stolen away, is it by, oh, Rubio's convinced that came off Diaz last. There's another look. Oh, just couldn't quite tell there. But Rubio was absolutely adamant.
And Gary Brown's real happy that they got the ball back on it, because that would have been a tough turnover to take. What's this with the push-off? Yeah, I think Diaz telegraphed. It wasn't a bad pass, but he telegraphed it. He faked it to the same spot he was going to throw it, and Spain's ready for it.
Also don't think he quite gave it enough, so if he'd thrown it a bit further, Huertas would have had a better chance of it. Stepped out of bounds. Well, we talked about scoring out of that timeout. Out of that timeout, nobody has scored, which isn't the end of the world.
I still think Puerto Rico's happy with that if nobody scores.
Yeah.
They just want to win that last 3 minutes.
Brown finding his way through, still looking for space. He's still going. That's a Walkman for 3. Brown with the rebound though. Rubio pulls it away. Hernan Gomez out in front. Good work from Huertas to rip that away.
And on the defensive end again, there's Marcus Gasol getting his hands in on balls that are lower in that case, or he just got his hands down. And Gary Brown made a great rebound.
It's good work for Huertas. Couldn't keep it in bounds, but stopped the score. Claver. Round to Hernan Gomez. Short. Go with the rebound. Pushing to Portman. Portman had to rearrange. Good work from Claver. And it'll be a Spanish possession.
It looked like Diaz got the rebound there, but there was I don't know if there was a foul called or he just ran his momentum, took him out of bounds.
Out of bounds, yeah. Rubio to Hernan Gomez. Oh, it's through his hands, but it's batted straight to Gasol. Ribas for the triple. And they just can't get that long ball to go today, Spain. 2 of 16. Brown driving hard at Gasol for 2.
And Brown went right at him. Marcus Gasol just kept backing up, and Brown just kept going at him. Good, strong attack.
Gasol. Rubio. Still no joy. Mexico. Driving hard is blocked. Hernan Gomez with the rebound. Well, you said about winning the last. Oh, Rubio turning quickly. Rubio lays it in. And the shot clock is off. They'd be as well to slow down here. Well, that's probably a helpful foul for Puerto Rico because 13 seconds to go. They just recycle the ball. You said to them, try and win the last 3:41, I think it was, as we have a look back at Rubio. They score here, they do exactly that. It's actually 2-2 in the last 3:30.
But more than that, it's just the fact that you can go back, even if you're down, you could say, listen, we've done a great job defensively. Now we're going to get our offense going. You can build confidence, in this case here with Puerto Rico being the underdog.
Huertas. Collie, that's a little early. Even if it goes in, it gives Spain a chance here. And Coach Scariolo is going to take that chance by calling a timeout.
Yeah, I could hear Coach Cassiano thinking, no, good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you'll take the points when they go in, but you'd have rather that happen with 0.5 of a second than 7.5 of a second.
Yeah, because if they turn around and you get that miss and Spain comes back in transition and scores 2 or 3, then all that time is wasted.
Well, Coach Scariolo is going to draw one up here for this last 7.5 seconds.
And I think Coach Scariolo, who's a world-class coach, been a great coach for Spain. Now being in the NBA with the Raptors, where you've got a lot more timeouts, a lot more situations, and I think that will help him grow. And so we may see something differently now that the Spain might do that they haven't done in the past.
Ricky Rubio leading the way with 10 points for Spain. Their issue has been having shot over 50% from the three-point line in game one. They shot just 12% in the first half of this contest.
And they're still leading.
Well, yeah, there is that. Chance to stretch the one-point advantage. It's like a 1-3-1 press here as well. Rubio to Gasol. Bonkman knocks it loose. Gasol on the floor, out of bounds, and it's a Puerto Rico ball with 1.7 to go.
And there is the advantage when you're a little smaller and you're playing against the big guy. Now you got a chance to use your speed and your quickness. And Ronaldo Balkman's been playing against guys bigger and stronger than, not stronger, but bigger than him his whole career.
Well, wholesale substitutions now. Bring in the three-point shooters. Brown to Mbyan. 1.7, so there's time for a dribble, maybe even a pass. Well, he's just going to heave it off the back of the iron from Huertas, but not too far away. And we're at the interval. And just as happened in the first game for Spain, it's a very narrow lead at the break. 35 to Puerto Rico, 36 to Spain at the half here in Guangzhou. Well, Spain heading off to the locker room here, coach, in a very similar position to how they found themselves 2 nights ago.
Yeah, the difference tonight was Spain's not knocking down the threes on the offensive end, but Spain's defense is better in this first half than it was 2 days ago. So I think the defense has got them the lead. They've been playing very, very well, challenging Puerto Rico at the rim, doing a real good job. Puerto Rico's attacked the rim a number of times. They've scored a few, but in most cases, at the rim is where Spain has stopped them.
And from a Puerto Rican perspective, what do you expect from them in the second half? What would you be thinking Coach Casiano might be saying to them here in the locker room?
He's going to tell them straight up. He said, we got to do a better job rebounding. He said, we got lucky they missed some shots. But what we did do is he's going to tell us guys that we contested shots. We were the reason that they weren't shooting the ball well, not the fact that they just missed open shots. He'll build up his defense. At the same time, using his defense to say, we still got to score more transition baskets. Where Puerto Rico has his challenge sometimes is in their lineups of not having enough. Because it's against Spain, you can't score inside as easy. You've got to have guys on the court with a little bit more confidence who are going to shoot the ball, just like Angel Rodriguez there after the bank. That next time, his confidence picked up tremendously. And that's what Puerto Rico's about. I can't say enough. I just feel they play with swag. They play with confidence. They're an entire different basketball team.
Well, we're at the break here on game day 2 in the FIBA Basketball World Cup, Group C in Guangzhou. And it's the Puerto Rico side who trails Spain. It's 35-36 at the break. Joe and I are going to take a little pause. We'll be back with you in about 11 minutes time.
是的，我们肉自己是非常高兴的来到这广州，他也是第一次呢来到我们广州这个城市。So today you are going to be the ambassador of the World Cup. So how does you feel to be the big China for the FIBA World Cup?
Yeah, it's amazing. So this is obviously I've been to China before. This is a beautiful basketball country with a great atmosphere. The fans know a lot about basketball. They got great knowledge. So this is a
18 in the game for Mbai. Oh, Gobert going to the heavens to shut down Germany.
Over Lopez, can't get it to go. Smart pulls it down. Mitchell crossing over. Mitchell! They're on their feet here in Shanghai. Look out on the runway! Rui Hachimura pounds it home and screams in the face of Ilya Silva. Korkmaz inside, Ilya Silva back on the floor now after a short rest. Pulls up. Oh! Bird pen, Korkmaz! Where did he come from with the hammer?
There's Giannis now getting the steal, goes behind the back, going all the way through, up and in, and throws it down. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That really is the trademark move, the power through, just a pure upper body strength, and then gives a little bit of a flex to the crowd.
My parents gave me away, so I had no purpose in this life. Yeah. When you educate a woman, you educate a nation. It's a quote from Nelson Mandela, by the way.
So I ask this question on behalf of our fans. So can you tell our fans some otherwise to improve the shooting skill in some area, some of them can play in CBA or NBA?
Well, it's tough to teach someone to shoot in 10 seconds. You know, it takes a lot of hard work. You know, shoot, practice every day like every other job. And you gotta make sure you have good balance and good footwork. And you know, the eyes need to be at the rim. And, you know, the follow through is important with the elbow. So there's a lot of things you look at when you shoot. So it's kind of hard to really explain. It's a very complex movement.
好，大家注意，一定要这个经常的练习，然后 现场的这个游基金是由姚明于2008年发起，本着以体育人的宗旨，致力于助学信教、促进青少年健康成长的公共组织。作为2019这个世界杯官方公益合作伙伴，姚基金发起圆舞这个项目，让乡村孩子共享顶级篮球盛会的喜悦。
Welcome back to Guangzhou. Just to bring you up to date with the all the action on game day 2 in the FIBA Basketball World Cup here in China, in Foshan. Italy move on. They had a thumping victory, 92-61 over Angola. Venezuela beat Cote d'Ivoire 87-71. Argentina led by the legend Luis Scola, rising up the all-time scorers list. He helped them win 94-81. Tunisia beat Iran here earlier in the day. Another big number for Serbia. 2 huge victories for them, 126-67. And the latest in Group A, starting the 4th quarter, China trailing by 3 against Poland. That would be a big win for Mike Taylor and his squad if they can hang on. The home fans will be hoping they might turn that around. Korea down 3 against Russia at halftime, and then Spain leading this one by 1 at the interval. And Coach Joe Russo alongside myself, Daniel Ratledge. Coach, they spent a long time in the locker room, the Spanish team. They less than 3 minutes of warm-up time, they came out on court. They were in there a long time.
Yeah, and that could be a couple of things, maybe trying to make a few adjustments. Really, what happened in Spain, Spain played very well, I thought, defensively that whole half, just about not making shots. And then in a couple cases, maybe the wrong guy taking a shot. So they'll clean that up. And they're such an efficient team offensively, a lot of that discussion at halftime is talking about doing it so that we do it close to perfect.
Well, those fans there's one Spanish fan in there amongst the Puerto Ricans, brave man. But those Puerto Rican fans have been loud and proud through their first half, and I'm sure they will continue that into the second as well.
So Puerto Rico here, Coach Cassiano's talking about let's stay aggressive, let's stay tough. And again, similar to a situation that Tunisia was in, these first 5 minutes are really important for Puerto Rico.
Well, this is the point at which Spain turned on the afterburners against Tunisia. What have they got here in the first 5 minutes of the 3rd quarter against Puerto Rico? Claver gets them off to a score inside 15 seconds.
You know they're going to run a good set to start the half. Lots of ball movement and look for the guy that they want.
Diaz called for the moving screen.
So we talk about playing as well as you can these first 5 minutes. Those are the turnovers you can't make away from the ball.
Claver to Gasol. Rubio. Claver fires up the triple. Still they can't get them to go. They were 2 of 17 in the first half. Diaz to Borkman. Again, he's thinking what he's going to do before he's caught the ball. Diaz from downtown, front rims that. Nobody in a white shirt anywhere near the basket for an offensive rebound.
Diaz got to be a little bit more confident when he gets the basketball. There he took the shot because the clock was running down.
No basket, foul on the floor first. Early in the first half, they did throw it down low to Gasol a few times against Diaz.
And Puerto Rico's decided they'll bluff with him, but they're worried. Puerto Rico's so concerned about him kicking it out to a shooter. So they'll bluff the double and otherwise let Diaz try to handle it himself.
Rubio to Gasol, Claver. And blocked by Borkman.
Balkman's still got the strong legs. That's a great block because he's going up against someone who's much taller than he is, and he just reacted to it. He knows that he's quick enough off the floor that he can block a shot after you go up. Look at that double jump.
Yeah, he's had to go up twice. Knocked loose by Fernandez. Double team. He's in trouble. Gasol rips it away from him.
That's the second double team that Marc Gasol's been in that Spain has gotten the ball back.
Gasol now for three. He strokes it. He gets the steal, turns it into three himself.
And Balkman there was up there 95% of the way. You can't, even though Spain's only 2 for 18 at that time, you can't let a shooter shoot the ball.
Brown gets himself a little separation, but can't make the shot. Gasol with the rebound. Fernandez on to Rubio. Gasol again on the trail. This time he fakes it. Has a look down at Brown. He's so much taller than him. Fernandez. They've got a mismatch if they can get it to Gasol in the post. Brown did a decent job. And then Gomez putting it on the floor. Still it moves. Rubio in the corner. And there's a foul on the rebound. I think Rubio might have got a flop warning in that. Here's a look at the foul.
And the great thing about Spain is they're just such a confident team that if they're not shooting the ball well, they know open shots, they're still going to shoot the basketball. They have to shoot the basketball.
Borkman driving hard and mowing down Gasol for the charging foul.
Spain's having a little trouble right now because Huertas is their only true shooter on the floor. And Fernandez is doing an absolutely great job. Good stand in there by Marc Gasol. He was turned sideways, but he had defensive position.
I think that's the point that Coach Cassiano is making, that he wasn't straight up, or straight on. Gasol. Going to work at Diaz to the runner. Nice.
Marc Gasol is a post player who's got a package with his back to the basket, but has a very good face-up game. One dribble, goes either hands.
Huertas. Tosses one up. Here comes Rubio in transition. Still going. Portman did well. Gasol on the trail. Driving baseline, looks for a call, doesn't get one. Diaz is able to help Puerto Rico come away with it, and Brown drops one in, cuts the gap to 6.
A little bit of confidence for Diaz there. He stood his ground, caused Marc Gasol to get himself in a situation for a turnover, and that confidence you can get, that'll help him on the offensive end.
Rubio Out to Claver. Just not been their night from three-point range. Huertas gets it to Diaz. Diaz off the glass. Gaps back down to 4.
Nice play by Huertas to draw middle. And Diaz just Diaz being visible for the pass.
Hernan Gomez. Fires up the triple. Almost banked one in. Gotta find a way to get it in somehow. Here's Brown. Brown to Borkman. Blocked by Gasol. They still have it though. It doesn't drop. Rubio attacks himself.
Up and down action here. Teams look just a little tired on the attack, but not there.
Not there. Borkman's there to flush it home, and Coach Garriola wants to talk things over. Timeout called midway through quarter number 3. Puerto Rico only trail by 2 after this. Well, I always say in a game like this, when you're the underdog team, all you got to do is hang about. Just be there. Just don't lose the game in the first 3.5 quarters. Be there for the last 5 minutes.
Well, if you're the underdog, shorter the game, greater the chance you have of an upset. It's like a series. Longer the series, better chance that the better team wins. But if you can get that game to 5 minutes, to 6 minutes, then we plant the seed. Are you playing to win or are you playing not to lose? And the underdog always tends to play to win. So they're playing real well. Those first 5 minutes, there was a point there that I thought, oh, here it comes, here it comes. And then Spain answered the call out of transition breaks and attacking the middle with pass-offs.
Well, interesting on those stats that you just saw there. The number of assists has really slowed. They've only got 13. They had 11 very early on. Now, admittedly, they've only got 43 points, so they haven't scored that many since they got to 11. But also the points in the paint, 26. If you think back, it was 20 very early on again, so they haven't been able, well, they've got to the basket, but they haven't been able to score in the way that they were doing early on, Spain.
And a lot of that is the fact that Puerto Rico's done a good job on the boards. They've limited the amount, even though Spain's done a great job of getting some offensive touches, Puerto Rico's done a good job. They won the battle of the boards in the first half. So I think that's the key part. They're getting the rebounding from all positions on the court.
30-26 rebounding in favor of Puerto Rico at the moment. Gasol to the hook is good.
Yeah. Good offense, good solid defense.
Rodriguez fakes the 3, tries the bounce pass, but Gasol's down there to wrap it up. It's a Puerto Rican possession arrow, so they will keep the ball with 12 on the shot clock.
That Angel Rodriguez pocket pass is a tough pass for a big guy like Diaz who likes to stand up. It's a little different if a person's running down full speed. It's just a tough one to get. Diaz would rather get the ball up in the air.
Just a little damp patch on the court needs sorting out before we can get back underway.
Lots of experience in the backcourt right now for Spain with Sergio Yui, Ricky Rubio, and Rudy Fernandez out there.
Just allows us a chance to have a quick glance at the other games. China still down 3 against Poland, just under 6 to play in that one. Russia now up 10 against Korea midway through the third. Here's Huertas on the runner, and he drops in another 2 points. He's up to 7.
He's very confident with that runner. He's banked them, he's thrown the raindrops.
Hand checking foul on Rodriguez.
Ricky Rubio knows that if he moves, no one's going to steal the ball from him. It's him walking up the court where he gets himself in trouble.
Gasol. Out to you. Back to Gasol. Gasol driving hard at Diaz. And he commits the foul, the big number 12.
What we're seeing right now is Spain has decided they are playing through Marc Gasol.
Fourth foul that on Diaz.
The fact that they're playing through Marc Gasol. He can play to score, he can find, let's go through him. He's got the best matchup on the floor. Let's take advantage of that.
Well, Diaz had the size closest to Gasol. Maybe not quite as strong, and that was a little bit of the reason he's in foul trouble. Collier gives up a little bit more height, but maybe a bit more bulk.
Collier has really impressed me these last two games. He's like an unsung hero for Puerto Rico. He comes out there, good things happen. He's very good at being the fifth option. He sets great screens. He works hard on defense.
He's given up 12 centimeters, 4 or 5 inches against Gasol at the, well, at both ends of the floor, to be honest with you. Nice take by Bortman, tried to wrap around to Collier. Franklin has it. Franklin bouncing it in. Collier under pressure, and Oriola with the rebound. Gasol, he'll fire up for 3. And there you go. You don't need the size inside, just stroke the 3 instead, Marc Gasol.
It's amazing what he can do when you play through him.
Rodriguez trying to fire it over Gasol. Look who's out in front, it's Yui for the lay-in for 2. And a timeout has been called with Spain's lead now out to 8. Coach Cassiano calling a halt to play with his team with 2:43 left to go. And here we go. Marc Gasol. We talked about the 3-point woes that Spain have had. They're 4 of 23. Marc Gasol is 2 of 3. So the rest of the team is 2 of 20.
But I know Coach Cassiano saying the 2 that he's taken this half have gone unchallenged. The worst thing that we can do is, if you're Puerto Rico, is to get up on Marc Gasol. Make him put the ball on the ground. Make him to facilitate from the top. But again, Coach Cassiano does a nice job of using the timeout before the game gets out of hand. As soon as that ball was turned over, he was looking for the timeout on that.
Oh, we missed the wave there, Coach. First wave of the World Cup here in Guangzhou, at least. And it's going round. We mistimed it as we look back at these highlights. And Marc Gasol with 17 points and 4 rebounds, leading his team. And it's the 3-point shooting where the rest of the guys have been struggling. He's the one. Right, out of every timeout, Puerto Rico have done something good. The first timeout, they had those back-to-back 3s. Second timeout, you said they needed to win the last 3:40. They did that. Now this third timeout, in an 8-point hole, can they do something about cutting into this deficit? Huertas, down to Bortman. Back out, but it's stolen away. Ribas dumps it back to Yui. Yui lays it in, and Spain have a 10-point lead.
You cannot be sloppy ever against this team. And Balkman there just threw out an easy pass, just kicking it out. They just got to be strong, or Spain will make you pay.
Biggest lead of the game for the Spanish. Rodriguez with the mid-range. Flying through the air was Franklin, although I think it was Collier who was fouled by Gasol.
Collier worked real hard there before the shot went up for that position. Spain's defense off the ball has been outstanding, not letting Puerto Rico swing it or move the ball.
Oriola. That's a Collier on the, sorry, it's Clemente on the shot clock buzzer who misses the three. Huey at the elbow, fires up, all strength.
On one end here, you got Puerto Rico, the ball in one person's hand. On this end here, you've got the ball being moved around, either with the dribble handoff or with the swing.
Puertas. Clemente, we're not seeing much of him. We did hear he was a bit of a doubt before the game. And they've given him a few minutes, but not too many. But obviously, if you were looking at it, you would say the next one is slightly more important. It certainly will be. If they lose here, it'll be a winner takes all. So they need him as fit and healthy as he can be for that one.
Yeah, and he's walking around with a little bit of a limp. You see it just in his steps and uncertainty in his shot.
What's this? Rodriguez. Here he is, Clemente, clearing his man out, and a foul called.
So Spain's defense off the ball doing a great job controlling the basketball, but they're making Puerto Rico go to option B and C because the entry isn't there, and they're looking for a simple entry, and they can't get it, so they go look for option B. It's not there. The ball pauses, the offense pauses, and eventually has to get the ball out up the top.
Huey with a pull-up three. Claver is there, tip it, but not home. They will keep possession of the ball, though, with 27 seconds to go. Or will they? The referees are just going to chat it over, and they will give Spain possession.
And Puerto Rico was fortunate there because Claver came inside for that rebound untouched.
Huey off balance, but it doesn't matter.
Solid player who can score in so many ways, but he's so powerful off the dribble.
Number 23.
7 seconds left. Look at this. He's squaring up in the air. You don't really teach that. It's one of those things that players learn, you know what I mean, by playing. It's not a training shot, it's a playing shot. Rodriguez, top of the key, misses everything, and there's a foul there with 1 second to go, which will send Collier to the line.
There's my man Collier, always around the ball, doing something.
Oh, there haven't been too many free throws in the game. 16 between the two teams before this trip. They've both taken 8. Now Puerto Rico have taken 10, and both have only missed 1. 1 second to go. Can Spain catch and shoot here? No, Clemente will break it up, and that'll do it for a very good third quarter for the Spanish side. They've won that period by 21 points to 10. And we'll go into the fourth leading by 12. At the end of 3 in Guangzhou, it's Puerto Rico 45, Spain 57.
好的，我们所有的球迷朋友们，第3节的时间让我们更加轻松一点。现在是我们
So this is the thing now. They're in a very similar position to the one they were in the other day, Puerto Rico. Different team on the other end of the floor, obviously. But they came out in the fourth quarter. I think they were 11 down going into the fourth quarter, and they managed to win that and win the game. They've got to come out with the same mentality and the same belief here, even though they are playing one of the best teams in the world.
Yeah, the fact is in this game they're not as desperate. But what Coach Cassiano is going to tell his guys straight up is, we played real well early. You got to get freer, guys. You're getting too tight. You got to get back to what you're doing. And let's take that shot early. And if we aren't successful, then maybe we change our plans a little bit. But let's take that shot now as soon as we get out there to start the fourth quarter. On the Spanish side, they're saying, listen, guys, we can be great if we defend. And there's going to be some nights where we don't shoot the ball as well as we'd like, but we're going to win games and be in games if we defend every night. So if I'm Coach Scariolo, I'm excited the fact that Spain has defended as well as they have.
Well, good news for the hosts. They've taken the lead against Poland with less than 2 to go in Group A. China lead Poland 66-64. End of 3 in Group B is Russia 63, Korea 49, and we are 45-57 here. The 3 games still being played as Dirk watches on. He had a nice little chat to the crowd at halftime. They very much enjoyed that on court. Here we go, fourth quarter action in Guangzhou. Nice ball movement. Oriola close in. And the foul is on the floor as bodies fly left and right. Collier came in. I think he might have ended up worse off out of all of that.
But I like when you said nice ball movement. That was a great set.
He got the ball in the face for his troubles there.
But that was a result of ball movement, of Spain running their offense at full speed, and 4 different people touching the ball before it got inside there to Oriola.
Yui driving in, has his arms taken away, and he will go to the line.
Spain runs their offense they're so crisp, and all cuts are fast and hard. They're not overly athletic, but they just play athletically. Now Sergio, that's different. He's an athlete.
Chance for him to get into double figures here from the free throw line. Oh, and he doesn't take it. Clavel. Oh, he's not quite got it. He's got it back, and he's found a way to the basket. And I think it might have been tipped home by Collier.
Tough score. And again, just incredible defense by Spain. And Puerto Rico took advantage of just that small crack to get to the rim.
Clavel bobbles it. He's going to have to shoot here from miles out. Doesn't hit anything, so it'll be a shot clock violation.
Good spot for Spain to build some momentum. A score, a stop. Looking for a second straight score now.
Rodriguez. Into Collier, out towards Huertas, and Ribas knocked it out.
Puerto Rico's spacing is getting a little bit too jammed up right now. They've got two good shooters on the court, in Clavel and Huertas. They should be able to space this out a little bit better.
Huertas heaves, and that'll be a shot clock violation.
I said earlier in the game they like to get their ball on a side out of bounds back because Huertas is their best shooter. The fact that he's out of bounds, they're probably looking for one or two passes to get the ball back to him.
Nice little touch into you in the corner. And then Gomez with the recycle.
Big part of the game for Puerto Rico to stand their ground.
And then Gomez slips one through to Claver and must have hit the stanchion out of bounds.
And we've had a bunch of players in this game lose the ball going straight up with two hands.
Well, it's very humid outside, but it's lovely and cool in here. There's no reason for the ball to be slipping through their hands. Clavel dumps it off. Franklin, under all sorts of pressure, is able to convert the leads back into single figures.
And Puerto Rico ran their best set of the game, something that they like to do, a little slice action where they run a stagger and they have multiple looks off of it.
There's Gasol, cross court to Ribas. They just cannot make it three, Spain. How many have they missed now? 23. 23 missed three-pointers.
That's a tough one to decide who's got who. Both guys in there are working real hard.
Well, they were trying to get it to Gasol for a long time.
And Mark's doing some coaching out there now. He had the position. He saw it two passes ahead. He wanted Claver to come up high because he had the position on Cavell inside. He wanted a high-low. All he needed was Claver to come up high, and then Mark would have been rewarded. So player, coach, NBA champion.
Rubio spinning, falling backwards as he was a little grab from Rodriguez. I think that's one of them where Ricky feels the foul and thinks, well, I'm going to put a shot up anyway. I'll get 2 free throws if it doesn't go in.
Yeah, he's really good at that. He's Cajun, but he's also, he's bigger than you think he is. And he's been doing this his whole career, and he's always been the point guard. He's always been the guy that runs it, the conductor of the team.
4th foul on Rodriguez, sees him sit down.
Coach Cassiano's got to be happy with the play of his point guards today. Rodriguez gave him some solid minutes, and Brown's been steady.
Seven minutes to play here at the Guangzhou Gymnasium, and Spain get a turnover there, and leading by 11.
Give that assist to Juan Herman Gomez on that. At his size, he covered Brown. He face guarded Brown that whole 5 seconds of that possession.
Brown really could have moved a bit more laterally, couldn't he? And then Gomez. Rubio into Gasol, and he's fouled from behind. And again, Ricky just waited. He waited for the moment to feed it to him.
And he put the ball where nobody else could get it. I said earlier, Marc Gasol, moving with his feet, has his eyes on the ball all the time. Sometimes big guys are worried about the next play. How do I finish it? He catches the ball first, and then he finishes. To get near that point of the game right now, either Puerto Rico's got to make that run.
Well, it was pretty much the last 5 minutes that they did it 2 nights ago. What was it, Saturday night? So it was track. Game day 1. That's what we have it down as. Franklin. Trying to thread the needle, and does to Collier. And I think he got slightly deflected. Nice pass. That one didn't. And then Gomez with the flush. The assist from Gasol. Timeout, Puerto Rico.
We just saw 2 back-to-back great passes, but one got finished and the other one didn't. So the fact that Marc Gasol is getting his touches, good things happen. I think when you go back and you rate the game, you think, okay, how do we do? But every time Marc Gasol touched the ball, good things happen for us. So playing through him is winning basketball.
Well, 18 points for Gasol, 4 rebounds, couple of steals, couple of blocks, couple of assists. Efficiency rating of 20. Which is the highest in the game. Plus minus of 17. Shooting 50%, the only one on Spain's team to really be anywhere near efficient from the three-point line.
So in saying all that, all I think they're doing is complimenting Spain's defense, because they're up 14 points, and we're searching to find out someone who played well offensively, but as a team collectively, they've been outstanding on the defensive end.
There's Andreas Zaglis, the FIBA Secretary General, enjoying the action.
I think Puerto Rico would like to get John Clavel involved in this game.
Brown trying to get involved in the game with a three-point shot that doesn't go. Here is Clavel. Passes it out to Brown in the corner, and this time he hits it.
Said it earlier, Puerto Rico's done a real good job after timeouts coming out with big shots and big plays.
Gasol. Oh, it's tipped in. Own basket, I think. We'll check that one out. But if it's an own basket, it'll go down to the captain. Clavel scores from the top of the key.
Yeah, that's it. He's come off that screen twice now hard. One time he passed it, but he just looked a lot more aggressive on that possession, Clavel, than he has all game.
Yep, they've given those points to Rudy Fernandez, the captain of Spain, as Hernan Gomez gets some by himself. So it was tipped in by a Puerto Rican player. Of course, no such thing as an own basket. Oh, here we come, here we come. Could it be? A couple of threes in a row for Puerto Rico.
And this is what happened yesterday. They make the shots, all of a sudden they go back on defense, and their body language is different. They're tougher all around.
Well, the defense cries got a little louder. And they get a stop. They couldn't, could they? Not twice in 3 days, surely. Brown driving through. Oh, that one bobbles out. And that will be a Puerto Rico possession.
Again, another great play by Collier there. He goes out of bounds with the ball, and he realizes at the very end that he doesn't have to save it, but now he has to dodge the ball while he's on the ground.
Just diving out of the way.
He looked like a dodgeball player there.
Yeah. Gasol catching one in the nose from his teammate. Wow. Score here. You never know. Brown. Step back. Gasol with the rebound.
I think Puerto Rico would have loved to get the ball to both sides of the floor on that. Usually when you only stay to one side, defense wins.
Rubio under all sorts of pressure draws the foul. Well, he'll know he's been in a game today, Ricky Rubio. He's had plenty of attention from the defensive players.
He makes it very difficult to officiate because he draws the contact, he takes the contact, he sells the contact. You're always questioning, is he fouled or is he not? But he does a great job of constantly putting pressure on everyone, the defender and the referee, to make the call.
At the free throw line now, they're over the limit. Spain haven't committed a foul yet. 6 minutes into this fourth quarter.
And this was the difference from yesterday. Yesterday, they got in the bonus real early and had an opportunity to score from the free throw line.
It was 2 days ago, folks. I know Coach keeps saying yesterday. We were in a different city yesterday. Canada, Australia, don't you remember? Huertas driving through. He's blocked it out of his mind, hasn't he?
I remember 3 quarters.
Yeah, he just forgot what happened in the fourth.
Just tells you how many good tournaments, how many good teams there are in this tournament.
Well, the Puerto Rican fans with some ironic cheers there as the Spanish team is called for their first foul of the fourth quarter. Here's Clavel. Scoops one underneath. Off the glass, it's 10.
Yeah, that's real important for Puerto Rico that he gets his confidence up in this game and the next one.
Oh, it's thrown away. Brown in transition. Brown all the way to the finger roll. And it doesn't bobble in for him. Broken game now with people at either end of the floor. Rubio will wait for everybody to recover.
Huertas was hoping that Brown would have stopped and pulled out and saw him on the wing for the 3.
Rubio trying to split the gap. Altman, the foul. So once again, Ricky Rubio will go to the line for 2. He's 5 of 5 so far.
It's good defense by Puerto Rico, but Rubio just puts pressure on you and challenges you to be perfect on that.
China is up 1, by the way, with 4 seconds to play in their Group A game. Looks like Russia's going to beat Korea. Rubio gets his own rebound. He had to be quick there. And the referee stopping the game because the shot clock didn't reset properly.
And that's a mental error by Puerto Rico there. On the free throw line, one person is designated for the free throw shooter, and everybody just kind of watched the ball, and Ricky went in there without having anybody on him.
I think Poland have some free throws coming as well with 4 seconds to go. Here's Rubio. Fernandez for 3. Collier with the rebound. Yeah, they made the first of them. So it's 72 all as Clavel fires up the three and gets fouled. He will go to the line for three.
And Puerto Rico's going back to what works for them. That pin down, opposite side pin down, has been very good. Huerta's got 2 big threes 2 days ago on it, and now they've run Clavel off it a couple times, and they have some options.
Just caught on the elbow there. Bonica missed the second free throw, a chance to beat China on their own court. Poland missed it. Yi with the rebound, Yi with the heave. It's going to overtime. First overtime game of the tournament involving the hosts and Poland. .237 left here in Guangzhou, and this could make it 8 points. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. Still a lot of work for Puerto Rico to do, but we saw some fireworks from them 2 days ago. Have they got it in them again? Fernandez. Oriola, lob towards Gasol. It's tipped away. Brown has the steal. Good work from Rudy Fernandez to bat that one out of bounds.
And that
well.
And that was the play that Gasol called earlier where he wanted other forward to come high, so he had the high-low. But that was Gary Brown now at his size getting up there, making that read. Outstanding play on his part.
Timeout called, 2:20 to go. You feel like the next 2-3 plays will decide this game. If Puerto Rico come down, score, stop, score, we're going to be right there, aren't we? But if they come down, get nothing, and Spain score, and it's double figures with less than 2 to play, it looks like a mountain to climb.
And the challenging part is Spain has only committed 2 fouls, so they've got a bunch of fouls to give, where Puerto Rico's in the penalty. So any mistake or any easy play, Spain's going to the free throw line for 2. They're only 8 down, but they're 8 down in a tough situation with the bonus going against them right now. The great thing for Puerto Rico is that this is building them up as a team. You can just sense their momentum getting better and their confidence getting better. And in any tournament, that's what you want. You want to keep building forward, get better.
Well, it's only the third meeting between these two countries. It's actually 1-1. Spain won in 1974. Puerto Rico won in 2002. It was their last victory over a European side at the World Cup. He needs to score here. Brown gets it to Borkman. Clavel late in the shot clock. Clavel trying to find a way through, does find a way through, throws up the teardrop, and it's a 6-point game.
Great job by Clavel. He has just picked up his confidence and is scoring with the 3, going to the basket.
Rubio to Gasol. Huey. Back to Rubio. Late in the shot clock, he's off the glass, and he stretches it back to 8.
Tough shot going left, banking it. His head never moved. His rest of his body did, but his eyes was on the backboard the entire time.
Clavel, step back, 3, off the back of the iron. Gasol will chase it down. The score here, and you feel it might be done. Although the way Puerto Rico shot the other day, you wouldn't want to be definitive on that. Rubio into Gasol, and he will go to the line for 2.
So exactly what Spain wanted. Late in the clock, let's get the ball inside. Let's create something off it. In this case here, get into the free throw line.
Well, he's got 18 points and 6 rebounds, Marc Gasol. This is the one, as you say. Everything moved but the eyes. Need a little friendly roll, but he'd done it soft enough that it was always, gravity was always going to pull it into the hole rather than out. Ooh, Gasol missing from the free throw line. Window of opportunity still just about ajar for Puerto Rico. Essentially a minute left.
And you'll watch Spain, they'll use their fouls now not to give Puerto Rico a quick run at anything.
Well, you're watching Huertas with close attention, I would imagine. Collier needs some help from somebody. Brown has it. Brown penetrates here. Well, they were trying to find Huertas. Ooh, and that's a bit clumsy from Brown, as he had to stop the clock, but it's his 5th foul, so he's out of the game.
And that last possession, I like to see Collier or anyone on the court, when you have an opportunity, even though that may not be your shot, you're the only one on the court that's going to get an open, balanced look for a 3. So instead of having something, create something, he's just better off taking the open look and let it end up where it ends up. But you don't get those opportunities late in the clock when you're behind to get an open 3.
Well, Spain trying not to shut the door here with a couple of free throw misses. It's still a 3-shot game. This goes in, it's 4. 40 seconds to go. It's got to be a quick 3. And they don't look like they're going to take even a quick one here. They've given it a good old go, Puerto Rico, but they haven't quite had enough. And Gasol certainly has, and he's with the big rebound. He thought about the long pass down court. The shot clock is still on, although I'm not convinced that it's any time left. But he's going to fire up the 3. I think it would have expired, game clock would have expired first, but there you go. Oh, Rodriguez lets it through his hands. Huertas keeps it inbounds, but it's a backcourt violation. Well, Spain are 2-0. That's all they'll care about. It's not been their prettiest performance. We haven't seen the fireworks we saw from them 2 nights ago, but they're 2-0, and that's all that matters.
And they're going to build off of this, too. They're going to talk about how well defensively they played. And as a coach, you're always a guy, go back saying you're excited when you win and you don't shoot the ball well. It tells you a lot about your team and the potential of your team.
And Puerto Rico obviously came into this game on a high. This performance won't have done them any harm going into that do-or-die game.
Yeah, some people will say moral victories are for losers. But in this case, this is going to help Puerto Rico build their confidence in a game against Tunisia and hopefully carry it forward into the next round if they have the opportunity. They've just taken a world-class team like Spain and challenged them for 40 minutes. And now they've got guys playing. Now, Huertas yesterday was very good. Today, Clavel finished the game very good. They just got more pieces now.
Well, it's all over in Guangzhou. Puerto Rico 63, Spain 73. Well, those Spanish fans will be pleased with the result, pleased with the performance, particularly of Marc Gasol with his 19 points and 7 rebounds. He showed the leadership, came up with the plays they needed when they needed them.
Yeah, he did. And he did a great job, but I think it was a halftime discussion about playing through Marc Gasol at the low post, at the high post. But then in that run there, Sergio Yui with those big, tough baskets. And then Ricky Rubio finishing the game with the bank shot, going to the free throw line, knocking down his shots. You've got 3 potential superstars on the floor, and they all understand their role. That's incredible. That's a very solid team, and a team that's been together their entire basketball careers.
Well, they've gone over to the crowd. I'm assuming there's part of the Hernan Gomez family, as they're already dressed in the shirts and enjoying the victory here in China. And Spain are through. That's the other thing to note. It doesn't matter what happens in their last game. They are going through to the next stage, as you would expect, as everybody expected coming here. The question now is, will it be Tunisia or Puerto Rico who make it through? And we look at the shooting numbers, and the one that leaps off the page right down on the bottom right hand side, 4 of 30, which, when you bear in mind that Marc Gasol was 2 of 3, means everybody else was 2 of 27.
But they were 1% better than they were in the first half.
40 points in the paint though, so that was what sustained them through. And the leading scorers, as we say, Gasol, of course, and Rubio coming up, as he always does, with some important points for his team. As we look back, sights and sounds here of game day 2 in Guangzhou, and, well, all eyes now move forward a couple of days. Puerto Rico against Tunisia for that last spot from this group.
Yeah, two very different teams. They play differently, and Puerto Rico's handled big guys in 2 games in getting ready for Salamajeri.
Well, Spain now, they still have one more game to play, and that'll be interesting to see how Coach Scariolo goes in that game against Iran. I mean, he's rotated anyway, but does he rotate in a different way?
His bench is so deep. Number 12 in Spain is number 1 on some other teams. You can't go wrong with whatever he does, because guys are ready. This team has just got talent. We saw when Keno Cologne came in, he had an exceptional first half and a solid, he's their 3rd point guard. And with him on the court, if they decide to play him more minutes, they lose not much. He is an exceptional player. And the same with the rest of their bench.
Well, that is tomorrow's question, I suppose. But Spain through to the knockout stages, and just have a quick look at the other game, and it's still in the balance. 75-73 Poland lead China. Russia did beat Korea 87-73 in Group B, so still all to play for in that Group A game featuring the hosts. And the celebrations continue for Spain, and this is how it finished here today in Group C. Spain topping the group, having beaten Puerto Rico 63-73, so they will qualify through to the next stage, and it will all be decided between Puerto Rico and Tunisia in a do-or-die game in 2 days' time, Wednesday afternoon here in Guangzhou. But for Joe, I'm Daniel. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again soon. Goodbye.